everybody, welcome back to the tea table. Sorry I haven't got the 5th video out here for Salt Lake City, had some family stuff, you know how it be. But today we are here looking at Dhelmise VMAX. Yes, another card to just throw in an Arceus deck. Josh, why do you keep doing this? Because Arceus is cool, and I've always liked Dhelmise, so it makes sense. I first saw builds of this from Sleepy Dreepy on Twitter. I believe that is their Twitter name. Go check them out if you haven't. So, what does Dhelmise do? So, for one grass, it does 30 to 20 plus Pokemon for each grass. So, Arceus powers it up. Boom. Instant 90, 120, whatever you got to do. So, the best thing with this is you could also hit the active. So, if you got a Choice Belt, you can hit 120, 150, and you still save your Max Anchor, which does 240, but says you can't use Max Anchor next turn. It's also been really, really good against single price decks. You know, sometimes, like, single price decks got to pivot the turn where they're like, take my random whatever I don't care about. And Dhelmise's like, that's fine. I'm going to hit your bench attacker. So really good against Malamar because I'll hit their artillery after they do like a big Malamar for like 6 or 7 to knock out Arceus or something. And I know they have Cynthia's in their deck and whatever, but it still pushes them back because it lets them have one less option to get a specific card. So like if they whip the energy or Malamar or whatever, still been really good. And it is weak to fire. Based on regional results online and in person. In person sounds really good to say. There's not a lot of fire decks going on. Charizard, Entei, and maybe Victini will be the fire decks, if you were to see any, but that's why I also play Arceus. And if you're into fire, you can still beat them. Especially if you save, you just let Dhelmise sit on the bench and you don't evolve until you're ready to hit him for 240, 270, 280, whatever it is. Really good. So then we got 4th year Arceus, obviously. Backbone, great card, insane, we all know that by now. So then we got a Dunsparce, Zigzagoon, Yveltal, and Manaphy. So Dunsparce is so you can stay attacking with Arceus a lot, so you don't have to just be like, oh, there's an Urshifu, I better become a Dhelmise deck. You can still get to play with your Arceus, and hopefully take 1 to 2 prizes, maybe 3, and then you can clean up with Dhelmise easy. Zigzagoon's in here, got some pretty cool plays. Dhelmise with a Choice Belt and a Zigzagoon ping on a non-Big Charmed Arceus knocks down 1 hit, which is really cool. And also, if you can do turn 2 Arceus Choice Belt ping on a basic Arceus without a big charm, that is also a knockout. And that can ruin if your opponent's attached to energy and they're not playing Raihan or whatever Melanie in their deck, which you obviously wouldn't know, but if they're attached to metal, probably not. You get a knockout, and then if they do play it, you make them have it, or you're just so far ahead it's insane. We got Yveltal. So Yveltal, obviously for Mew mostly, especially now the one that won the regional in Australia, has no basic energy. The card got better and worse, I think, because discard 3 energy, really cool. But now that they play more double turbo energy, it's kind of awkward because they care, but if they just have the energy and can pick something off next turn, you know Mew. You know how Mew be. So the card got better and slightly worse at the same time, which I think makes it the same, I guess. But still a super cool card. Also looks cool. It's also really good against Gengar decks or Single Strike because you can just discard their energy and make them waste urns for later in the game. I definitely won a game this weekend with a different deck where I discarded 3 energy off their Gengar. They used their urn, which I think was their last urn, or there was one in the deck they couldn't draw. And then they couldn't knock me out. And then the next turn I did it again, and then they ended up having the deck out. And then we got a Manaphy. I always play Manaphy. Don't let results fool you. You probably don't have to play Manaphy. Jolteon did win the online event this weekend, but who knows if people respect Jolteon. I don't know. But I always play a Manaphy, and that's just me. Manaphy improves stuff a lot, especially protecting Dunsparce against Urshifu. That's just my opinion thing. That's just a thing I like to do. I will be playing Manaphy, whatever deck I play in Salt Lake City. So we go to the trainers here. We got our Switch cards are Escape Rope and a Switch because Max Anchor just say you can't use it again next turn. So it's one of those good to pivot out of theirs. Plus, Escape Rope has become more and more relevant because sometimes Pokemon are just I'm just gonna leave my random Pokemon up. Well, I'm just kidding. Gotta make a decision. So Escape Rope's getting more popular. I kind of want 2, but I also want 2 Switch, so I don't know how I can make that work. Then we got the Search for Pokemon cards. You got 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, and Evolution Incense. You can mess with these. You can play a level baller if you want to get your Dunsparce, Zigzagoon, Manaphy, or 2 Evolution Incense, because really only play those Evolution Pokemon, but they're really important to get out. You can mess with it as you want. There's really not a wrong or right answer. I do have a Rescue Carrier, which is again a me thing. to get back Dunsparce Zigzagoon or Manaphy. So if you're playing against Arceus, hi, I got your Dunsparce. Well, that means they like went out of their way to attack Dunsparce, didn't attack Arceus, which is really good for you because it means you have no damage. And then a Scoop Up Net for cheeky Zigzagoon pings ×2. You can drop both those cards for whatever you want. Those are just cards I liked to try out. Rescue Carrier I haven't used yet. Like I've played, but I haven't used it yet, so that's definitely probably getting dropped. Then we got Tool Scrapper. Tool Scrapper for all the big charms and Cape of Toughnesses going around. If you're playing in Suicune or whatever, Entei. Let your Dhelmise get the knockouts. Like I said, you can do Choice Belt Zigzagoon on an Arceus to knock it out. Or if an Entei has like a Cape of Toughness to knock it out if you're under that, or Suicune, all those. I think the card's super cool. Also gets rid of air balloons. So a lot of decks are kind of going down to 1 and 2 switch cards, and they got air balloons. Well, just got the air balloon. What are you going to do? Who knows? And then we got the stadiums. Paths to the Peak. You're either playing Paths to the Peak or you're trying to beat Paths to the Peak. And you really only got one Pokemon that matters. So after you Paths to the Peak, you can... Or after you use Starbirth, you can Paths to the Peak. Boom. Get in there. And Collapsed Stadium has been really good at saving your Pokemon. Because sometimes it's like, I'll just bench Dunsparce and Manaphy to have him there so I can get rid of my Arceus with 250 or my like Dhelmise with 300 and take prizes off the board. Fantastic. Then we got the spores. We got 4 Marnie, 3 Research, 3 Boss's Orders, a Raihan, and a Bird Keeper, which has been really cool to pivot out of Dhelmise. Sometimes there's like, I open Yveltal out of Arceus, Bird Keeper. It's another switch, but you do draw 3. Bird Keeper's always been a cool card, and that was definitely a card Sleepy Dreepy, I believe, or somebody retweeted, played, and it was really cool. And anytime I can get to play Bird Keeper, I'm in. And then we got the 2 Choice Belts. Pretty simple at 30 damage. Finally, we're wrapping up with 9 grass, 4 water. I just want so many energy in Arceus. I want like 15 basic energy, but that is not a thing you can have. So 9's pretty good, because if you miss a turn 1 energy, it's so awkward, right? I mean, if we're all playing, you're like, oh, pass. Ugh. And if you're not playing like Melanie, it really puts you back. So I had 10, but I went to 9, and that seemed pretty good. So that being said, this is Dhelmise, one of my decks possibly for Salt Lake City, but who knows, I could end up showing up with control because I make decks the night before. So, with that being said, let me know what you think of Dhelmise. If you think it has a chance, if you think it's possibly one of the better Arceus variants that is unexplored, let me know below in the comments. Drop a like, maybe give a subscribe if you like the anchor, and I will see you guys next time on the tea table.